Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. So, this is my first attempt at trying to do one of these videos. I'm currently on my way to go pick up the Jeep. I have seen it before. I checked it out last time I was up in Wisconsin, and it seems pretty good. Runs, drives, it doesn't stop, but the guy I'm buying it from just messaged me and told me that he fixed the brakes. So I bought a master cylinder and brake cylinders and a bunch of other stuff to fix those brakes. But I mean, if it's already working, we'll see. We'll see what happens when I get it. None of the gauges work at all, except for the amp meter minutes. Seems marginal. She's got some rust. It's not horrible. It's definitely doable. It's not nearly as bad as what you'd expect for Wisconsin. The tires are brand new on it. They're brand new old though, so I don't think they're quite Maypops, but they're they're brand new, but they're a few years old. As far as I can gather, the vehicle was bought from the post office by a company that did something with yachts, maybe built them or something, I'm not sure. And then they used it just to drive from building to building. And then they auctioned it off, and the guy I'm buying it from, his father bought it. And apparently he bought it and maybe another one. And he bought it because nobody wanted it. So then he brought it home, drove it like one time, and then didn't really like it. And then he gave it to his son, who used it around the yard. I think he drove it one time, drove it to town one time. It's been garage kept, and I mean, I don't know how long it's really been since it's been on the road, honestly, but it's been a while. So I guess we'll just jump into it and see what we got. All right.
So we have a not working fuel gauge, and we're going to try and see if we can figure it out. When I got the Jeep, there was a big engine in the back, right here, spare, which is now out. And we're going to jump in here and see if we can't test on this. There's a piece here. Luckily for us, these old mail Jeeps actually had cutouts in the back of the floor, so you could actually access these things, which is something that would be nice if a lot of newer vehicles had. So let's get you down here and see what you can see. All right, here we have it. It's pretty crusty looking, and that just popped right off. And we got the key on. We have our meter here set to voltage, 20 volts, so it'll tell us 12s. And we're going to just test on this a little bit and see if we actually have voltage between here and here, and see what we got. So let's see what we come up with. I don't know which one of these is positive. We're just going to guess. If it gives us a negative reading, it's fine. We just, anything really. Oh yeah, see, it moved. We got some kind of voltage in there. Looks like it's, I mean, it's pretty dirty, so maybe we might have something there. So next, let's check between this peg, this little flat piece, and this one, and we're going to do instead ohms. We want to know whether we have anything resistance wise or anything like that. If this doesn't move at all, then we know this is straight open and it's not working at all, and the actual sending unit would be bad. So let's see what we got. Oh, wait, we have movement. We have movement. Well, that could mean we have something. So, I guess what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean this all up. We'll take it apart, clean all these fittings, and put all that together, and maybe we'll actually have something. Alright, so I moved you closer in hopes you could actually see what I'm doing here. So I have a little bit of sandpaper here. I do not have a wire brush, unfortunately, but we got some emery paper here, and that will do to at least see if what we're doing is right. And if it works, well, I'll go buy one. Look at that. At least crap. I mean, see, you can see that. Look how dirty that was. That's filthy. And that was just the one side. That piece doesn't look horrible. Let's get this apart. Let's get it apart and see what we got. Ooh, don't break, don't break. Oh, she's on there. I don't want to snap her off. Okay. I'll be right back. Alright. Let's try another angle at this. Oh, sorry about that. Got my big hands in here. Problem I tend to have. Sorry about the background sound. I got some friends. I'm at somebody else's garage. And she snapped clean off. That's what I was afraid of was going to happen. It looks like she was pretty rusted out. So she snapped clean off there, as you can see. Let's just see if we're on the right track or not. Where there's a will, there's a way of dealing with even that. And oh yeah, that fuel gauge is moving. Alright, we're gonna figure out how to get that to be on there. Alright guys, you can see what I did here. I took the wire and I cut it off, and I left myself a nice long piece of open wire, bare wire, and then I took that and I wrapped it around the piece here to try to make as best a connection as I could. And then I'm going to, just to make sure we're somewhat alright, I want to put a zip tie on that. Like that. Kind of hold it on there. We went with green, as it's the color of money. And let's see. There we go. So I'm gonna double clean this and make sure it's good. I might even replace, I have some new ones. I might even replace this piece here just with a new one. I have plenty of wire to do that. That way I just have a really good one in there. And yeah, the fuel gauge is working great now, so that costs nothing. I'll have to eventually fix this, but for the drive back to West Virginia, it should be fine. And this is the part that snapped off. Let's see, I was just going to unscrew that and put a new one on, but oh well. It is what it is. Alright guys. Okay, so we have the motor here. It seems to have a bit of a miss. We're going to do some checking on these pretty nasty vacuum lines here. You can see they're pretty old, cracked and stuff. So we're going to check to see if we have any leaks, any of those. And then we're going to just, well, you'll see when we start it up kind of how it is. You want to start the engine? Alright, you would think that sounds amazing. And it kind of does, and the fact that it runs. But, see it shaking back and forth. There's obviously a miss in one of the cylinders. I don't know which one. But there's a trick you can do if you're looking for a vacuum leak on an engine that has, especially with vacuum hole or lots of vacuum hoses, is all these hoses, if you run, so they're sucking into this carburetor, right? And this is the air inlet of the carburetor, so I'll give you an example. Starting fluid, if you were to put it right in there, kill the engine, or sometimes you'll hear the engine rev really high. One or the other. So we're looking for anything. Woo! Welcome to Jeeps. Okay. So we're gonna just spray up on all these things here, see if we can either shut her down or make her rev up. Either anything would be a problem. Make sure you get around the intake manifold too, because that intake manifold gas, it could also be bad and stuck in air. You want to check that. But we don't appear to have any kind of leak in any of these hoses. I'm going to replace these hoses because they're brittle and kinked and probably flattening out whenever I give her hell. So that could be an issue for our drivability issue on the top end. It's not really helping our problem here with a bad idle. So let's get this air cleaner off here and see what we got going on in here. With the way everything else has been, this is probably a treat to behold. Oh, God. We've got a new oil change in her, so we're good there. We don't have to worry about messing anything up. And the oil was fine. It looked almost new, and there was nothing coming out that was bad, so I didn't record that. It was pretty good. Let's take a look at what we got in here. Alright, watch your emissions. There we go. Let's see. You see that? Yeah, that's generally considered bad. That's a bad air filter. If you hold it up to the light, you should be able to see through it. You should have to see light through it, and obviously, not going to see anything through that. So that's bad. I have another one of them at the other parts store though, waiting. We look in here. What do we got? Got this little filter here. That's pretty dead. I might see if I can't clean that a little bit. That's just for the oil vent from the engine, for the top of the crankcase vent from the PCV. This thing looks to be a 2-barrel carburetor. And it looks pretty dirty, I'm not gonna lie. And the whole inside of here, if you look, you know, I'm got all kinds of crud inside. So obviously, I gotta take this whole piece off and clean this all out and get it ready to go back in, because I don't want any of that accidentally ending up inside my engine. So let me get this thing apart and down to the carburetor, and then we will go from there and see if we can't figure out this issue with this stumble. All right, guys. So we got this off here. Let's get you in here. We're gonna first. We got the fuel line right here. I just want to make sure we're getting enough fuel pressure that we're not starving the carburetor or anything. So let's just. Oh yeah, you see that stream? Yeah. So we're good there. We're not going to mess with that. We're getting plenty of fuel pressure. It could be that this whole thing is completely clogged up, in which case I will figure that out. Well, I was talking about with these lines here, these vacuum lines, like, let's see here, can you get this one here? Yeah, can you see that one? Let's get you in there. All right, this one right here. You see how this one's got a crimp? Is that kinked? Yeah, that right there, that's not good. That's not giving you proper flow. So that one's definitely going to have to be replaced. And you can see the cracking on it. It's definitely not very good. So you can see that. As for the rest of them, they're not awful. I think they're probably doable, at least to get me home. Nothing major, but you can see this carburetor. Let's get in here and get a good look at this thing. All right, sorry about the shaky cam. So yeah, this thing is not the most pretty thing in the world. So let's let me get in here. I got some carb cleaner. Let's see what we can't do. Clean this up a little bit. Alright, well, we've been messing with it, and we got her to shoot flames and stuff, but she's still hesitating at full throttle for some reason. So we figured the best bet was to do some testing on it and see if we could figure out, maybe run her at full throttle down the road a little bit, blow out anything. We're safe though. We got fire extinguisher, and it's even still green. So let me shut this thing down, and we'll see if we can't get her to do a burnout here in the driveway. See if she'll even do anything. Oh, I won't lose everything out the other side. Just in case she does decide to do something. Oh, there she is. Sounds all right. Put her down into the first gear. I guess this is a good enough place, isn't it? I don't think she's gonna do it. No, I don't think she's gonna do it. Alright, well, we're gonna run her down the road at high speeds and see if that does anything for us. Alright guys, so I got this other carburetor here. This is a replacement I just got from the junkyard. The one I had turned out to be pretty bad. And the rebuild kit won't be here for a few days if I decide to do that. And so I'm just basically trying to get this thing freed up. I don't want to get too much PB Blaster in it. I'm just trying to free it up a little bit, and then I'm going to soak it down really good. I got some good gum out here. I'm going to give this a try and see if I can't get it cleaned up to throw it on my truck on the Jeep and get it to go home. If this does not work, if it's not able to just be thrown on there, I'm pretty sure the next step is simply we're gonna get a rebuild kit for the other one, and then just full rebuild to make it work. Okay, well, we have some bad news. I looked at the carburetor because it wasn't acting right, and I tore it apart, and it was full of mud. Don't know what's up with that. In the process, tore it up pretty good, had to buy a rebuild kit. Unfortunately, the rebuild kit was going to cost a good bit and take a while to get here. So instead, what I did was I ordered a whole new carburetor, new old stock, and it should be here on Friday, which it's only Tuesday now. And I ordered it, like I said, this was all happening this last week. I was supposed to have left already. I was supposed to have left on Monday. So, doing what I can do. And I'll let you know when it arrives. See where we go. All right, folks. It is a cold morning this morning. I have the Jeep back here, and lo and behold, sorry about the shaky cam. I don't know if you can see it in there. Shiny new carburetor. So, yeah, the old carburetor ended up being junk. There's nothing I could do about that. It just sat for a long time and just wasn't given a lot of road miles. It happens. I'm probably still going to rebuild that carburetor to have it on hand. But no, she's running good, and I got her packed to the gills, quite literally. I can't actually see out of any window at all. So that's all I got right there. So I'm gonna go get some ratchet straps to see if I can't take care of the problem. Even if I have to strap that to the roof or something, we'll figure that out. But it's running. It's good to go. I'm getting ready to head out, and that'll be it for this episode. And on the next episode will actually be the trip back, and we'll see how that goes. Before I let you go, I'll show you the reason why that's going to be fun. Let me see if we can't get this Jeep here. So that was just me lightly pushing on it. This thing wants to roll over quicker than anything. So, wish me luck.